Happy it's day after Christmas, and welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts, and if you can start dimming the intro music. If it's your first time checking us out, welcome. Please drop an hola. Before we get into the content, I'd like to introduce you to your other co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, the stale information and package it up in a fun and sexy way. Also, here's Sin City Crypto. We discuss the price of Bitcoin that hasn't moved.
Hold on, wait. Speaking of packaging it up, what was your favorite Christmas present?
I got cash. Nobody sent me crypto, man. Did anybody send you crypto?
Hell no.
Did you send anybody else crypto?
Hell no. I'm not spending my crypto.
You know, I actually sent some Ethereum as a Christmas gift. Well, here's the funny thing. My daughter lives overseas, right? So she lives in Israel, and so I wanted to send her some money for Christmas. And I was given the options. Well, I could send it via bank transfer, wire transfer, AK, or I could send it to her dad's bank account. To my ex-wife's father's bank account. Anyways, ex-father-in-law. I don't know what it is, but anyway.
Ex-father-in-law.
Anyways, I'm like, that's all awkward. Can I just send you crypto? And surprisingly, you know what she said? My ex-wife.
What?
She said, yeah, send me Ethereum. And I was like,
She said send you Ethereum.
I was like, hold on. You thought I was on this make-believe money. And apparently you're like, yeah, send me. And you know what? How long do you think that transaction took?
32 minutes.
No, like 3 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
ETH is pumping.
Yeah, so $400. I sent that, and a total of I think it was 30-cent Ethereum transaction fee. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah,
Remember, they used to be like
30 cents,
$300.
It would have cost me $35 to send the wire transfer, and my ex-wife would have had to pay $25 on her end to receive it.
Scam, bro. The old system is a scam.
They would have taken all those bank holidays. They probably would have received it, tomorrow or Wednesday or God knows how long.
The old legacy system is so it's broken, man. We want to be able to move money around globally without barriers. The old payment rails, monetary rails, they're not going to do it. That's why crypto's here. What about you, chat? What was your favorite Christmas present you got this weekend? Mine was giving my 8-year-old son crap because his mom, my wife, gave him $20 and said, buy whoever you want Christmas presents. So he bought literally every single person a gift except his dad. And I made him feel bad and he cried. And I also cried, and so we cried together. In all seriousness, Merry Christmas to you guys. Hope you had a great time with family. But let us know what your favorite Christmas present was. Also, Bullish Kenny G starting it off with a $2 super chat. We need the OG outro back. 16 missed calls. I don't know. We'll leave that up to Robin. But
I do miss that intro. It was a good intro.
It's a good intro. Outro, you mean?
Outro, yes.
Yeah. I want to start this off. I had a good Christmas. Robin had a good Christmas.
I also want to say Merry Christmas to all of you here.
I already said that.
You said I did.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I want to say Merry Christmas to all of you. And I want to know why the hell our other guy here, I don't know, was he temporary producer or just kind of taking over?
Kyler. Swiss Army knife.
Yes. And I want to know why he asked me if I had tattoos today. And I'm like, have you not looked at my arms at all? Have you not paid attention?
Your arms are they're weak. They're very noodly.
He literally asked me earlier today. He's like, do you got any tattoos? I'm like, thinking to myself, I'm just like, bro, I've been wearing a t-shirt every day. For like, how have you not noticed?
You got ink? Right to jail.
Cash Cat said he got a pair of Hey Dude shoes. I've never heard of Hey Dude shoes. Have you? Interesting. I got to check those out. Okay. Well, you know who didn't have a happy Christmas? Is these people right here.
Oh, they're going to say Sam Bankman-Fried.
Well, he is one of them.
He is in there.
So, by the way, if you're not following us on Twitter, do it. Sin City Crypto One, who just tweeted this. Insane how much CZ's net worth has dropped. Also, Barry Silbert has a $0 net worth. So this is all the crypto people and their net worth in March and in December. And CZ went from 65 billion to 4.5. SBF, obviously, 24 billion to 0. Gary Wang, 5.9 to 0. Barry Silbert, which was interesting, 3.2 to 0. Now, I'm not exactly sure if this takes into account everything outside of crypto, but let's just assume this is just their crypto net worth. And it's not looking good. So everyone's taking a big L. So if you guys think,
Michael Saylor's on the list.
Who?
Michael Saylor.
Yeah.
Where's the bottom?
1.640. If you guys are stressed out about being down 20K, 100K in your portfolio, at least you're not down $60.5 billion per CZ. So that's a lot of money. So today we're discussing Bitcoin. There possibly a Santa rally coming, and why not just jump into it right now? So this is a 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. Are we going to see a Santa rally, or are we going to see a move to the downside? Well,
Santa!
This ascending triangle.
I know him.
Tells us we should see a break to the upside. Now, where are we going to see the break to the upside? So I want to swap over to the 4 hour. We're going to hide this triangle here. We're going to make this a little easier for you guys to see. And I'm going to throw on the Bollinger Bands, which kind of measures volatility. So anytime these bands constrict, you do see a big move. And this one looks like, if we go back to the 1 hour, this one does look like it's going to break to the upside again because of this ascending triangle. Now, where are we going to see? Where will the price of Bitcoin go? Let's take off the Bollinger Bands. And I'm kind of doing this on the fly for you guys. Take off the Bollinger Band. Let's hide this. Let's throw on our Ichimoku cloud, which combines 5 moving averages and gives us a kind of an overview of what we should expect. So a couple positives here. One, the conversion line is over the baseline. Blue is over red, which is good. Cloud is green, which is good. But we are now trading in the cloud. So the upper end and the lower end of these clouds do tend to serve as support and resistance. If we were to test the upper range of this cloud, you're looking at anywhere between 17.1 and 17.3. Can we break above the cloud and stay there? If we do, I expect us to retest 17,500. And if we blow past that, we're looking at an $18,000 Bitcoin. What do you guys think? Are we going to get to 18K before the year is over? I'm not saying stay there, but are we going to get there? We're going to see a rally. Volume
The
is
Santa
dropping
rally?
as well. Yeah.
Santa rally is real, bro. And, there's been historical pumps in that 1 week period between Christmas and New Year's. And I'm just going off of the straight history and the analytics. And, it's very possible. People getting them Christmas bonuses, man, Christmas bonuses. They get, they get that envelope with $200 from Gam Gam. And it's like, what am I going to do with this $200? You know what? Maybe I'll buy Bitcoin.
Or maybe I'll buy groceries. Who knows? This inflation's so high.
Do not buy groceries with your Christmas money.
What if you have to? What if you don't have a choice?
Well, at least buy yourself something outside of the milk, category, like the normal produce. If you're gonna go buy some groceries, buy yourself something nice. Go get one of those like chocolate flavored, orange flavored chocolates.
Possession ETH said, "Is Solana dead?" We got some news on Solana.
Little shout out here on the chat though. Possession ETH is also says he finally caught a live stream for the first time. So apparently he's been watching.
Welcome.
And now he's here live, so welcome. Hola. And then we also got Cash Cats, Edward Rodriguez, Michael Stagno. He also wants to. Michael says, "Your thoughts on Algo?" And then Ty Gorton and Can't Get Right 589. He said for Christmas he got sick. That's not a good present.
That's terrible.
That's a terrible present.
Sorry about that.
And David Digital. Hola.
So Algorand, we're fans of Algorand. We're fans of Sylvia Macaulay, the founder, former MIT guy. Here, let's look at Algorand's chart real quick. So this is the 4 hour on Algorand. Guys, everything's been down, but the first thing I like to do for myself is throw on the easy band. And so we're not currently in the accumulation zone, which is between this solid and dash green easy bands. We're kind of right in the middle. We're trading under the 21-week moving average. But Algorand did see, if we swap over to the weekly, Algorand did see all-time highs of, I believe, over $3.
We're also trading under the 50% moving average for the like button. I don't know why we're under the 50% moving average. Can we get some like button in here? Thank you.
So we almost got to $3 this past bull market. We put in this high on November 15th. And then so we've been kind of obviously with everything trending down, but on the weekly, we are at a very strong support level. If I just draw a horizontal line here for you guys, it would just take the previous bottoms, bam. And why did it give me two lines? That's a good question. Let's get rid of this one. Oh, 5 lines. All right, give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me get rid of these other lines here. Perfect. All right, so you're looking at 11 cent, which we're not too far off. Twice in the past. Once on March of 2020, which is the COVID crash, and then again in 2019, October of 2019, we wicked down here, and we're not too far off from this level. So we're currently trading at 17 cents. The level I have marked out is 11 cents. So guys, 11.9 cents. If you're a fan of Algorand, here's what I want you guys to understand. Also, Debate Crypto said, "Keeper here to tell you guys we love you. We love you too, my friend, and Merry Christmas and also Happy Holidays." If you haven't checked out Debate Crypto, go check them out. Probably gonna bring them on the show.
We were checking them out today. They went live earlier today.
Yeah, 10 a.m. So we watched a little bit of it. Obviously, we had to prep for our show, but D-Gods is leaving Solana. So is Utes. We'll go over that, guys. Kind of what that means for Solana and that entire ecosystem. But here's what I want to tell you guys, right? So if we go back to this chart, we're at 16 cents, and I call it the super support. That is at 12 cents. And so if you sit in there and you believe in Algorand, you believe in the project, you believe in their vision, 16 cents, 11 cents. Now, of course, I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but are you really going to risk getting the absolute best price, maybe getting a few more tokens? Because you got to remember, your rate of return is the same. The percentage stays the same. 500x, 200x, doesn't matter if you bought at 16 cents or 10 cents. The rate of return is the same. The amount of tokens you get obviously is different. But remember, don't try to time the market. Just work on being in the market for a significant amount of time. And so if you are looking to pick up Algorand, I mean, is there a better time to pick up now when we're 5 cents away or we're 4 cents away from historic, I want to call it historic support, one that's held for over 3 years, almost 4 years now. What are your thoughts on that, Robert?
I think whatever solid layer ones that you are a fan of, whether it's Algorand, whether it's Ethereum, Cardano, Elrond, pick one.
Multiverse X. Thank you.
Yeah, Multiverse X now is the new ticker for that. But whatever these, I'd say number 5 to number 80, layer 1 smart chains. Like those are the ones you want to. If you're whatever one you're behind, what a better time, man. They're all down. Like, whether it's Quant, Algorand, Near Protocol, like you don't get much better than this as far as the prices. We're at the bottom of the bear market. I pulled the trigger on 25-cent Cardano. 25-cent Cardano. Dude, I remember in 2021, 2022, where people were just like FOMOing in, just dumping all their hard-earned money into Cardano at $1.15. When it was 70 cents, I got a bunch of Cardano at 70 cents. I did DCA out, thankfully. Not that I was against the project, but we were building our studio and DCA'd out at the top on Cardano to get some extra capital. And then, anyways. These altcoins right now, I think it's right now is probably the best time to DCA, right? Don't you think, to start at least?
I mean, yeah, just like you said, and layer ones, honestly, and honestly, a few layer twos like Polygon. I am so bullish on Polygon. That is probably my number one coin going into the next.
And they might bleed off more. Who's to say that? So my 25-cent Cardano is an example. Like, could it go to 17 cents? Sure. Will it go to a penny? I don't think so.
No.
Will it go to 5 cents? I don't think so. Will it get to 12 cents? I don't even think that will happen. Now, will it get to 17? Possibly. Will it get to 20? Possibly. Will it get down to 15 cents? Possibly. But at the end of the day, I still got an extremely good value at 25 cents because I do understand the time that in my time horizon. So I'll be looking to DCA out on that, near the $2 to $4 range, and take some money off the table, get my original investment back, and then, that's a 10x right there, right? 10, 15, 20x.
$2, yeah.
Yeah.
Rusty Bot, thoughts on Jasmine?
Don't know much about Jasmine.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
I did know a girl named Jasmine though.
I did see Rusty Bot over there in Dave Digital, or Digital Asset News.
Dan, Digital Asset News. We like Dan too. His name is Rob. We're gonna bring him on. So going back to Algorand, decent tokenomics, 10 billion max supply. There's already 7.1 billion in circulation. They are ISO 222 compliant, which a lot of people put more weight in it than I do. It just means their back end is ready to be implemented with the traditional financial rails. But.
So Algorand is really centric on the central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and also stablecoins. And so as you see banks get into their own stablecoins, I do think that JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, other HSBC, these big financial banks, these huge world-renowned banks, I think they're going to start offering their own tokens. And why not? Right now as a stablecoin issuer, you can generate 4.5% returns on all your money. So think about that. If you have $1 billion, okay, let's take a look at the stablecoins right now. So just off of the baseline, you have Tether sitting at 66 billion. And so 10% of that. So basically they're making about $3 billion a year if they just buy US bonds at 4.5%, right?
What are we talking about?
I'm talking about how a stablecoin issuer generates passive income by taking no risk by buying US bonds, right? And so if you can generate, 3 to 4.
No one's buying bonds now. People are buying notes.
No, but what I'm saying, I'm talking about the on a 1 year return, a stablecoin issuer in the like Circle or Tether can generate about 4% a year, 4 to 5% a year, just by buying U.S. Treasury bonds or holding their assets in U.S. Treasury.
I think bonds. I think a lot of them are going more short term, but yes, securities in general, Treasury securities.
Yeah. We talked to one of the leads for Paxos, also another stablecoin.
Shown that video. We should.
Yeah.
Show that video.
So they were discussing that they do a 90-day lockup where they're receiving 4 to 5% returns through the U.S. Treasury bonds as well. So, I mean, that alone, you don't need to take any risk. It's a pretty damn good business model, and I think that when you look into the next bull market cycle, I think that we're gonna get some clarity on stablecoin regulation from the U.S. Congress within the next 2 years. Do you agree on that?
100%.
Yeah,
I would say the next year.
And so within the next 2 years, so before the next bull run, we're going to get some clarity as far as a framework for how stablecoins will work. And in doing so, you're going to have all of the institutions are going to start dabbling in it. I think especially the financial centers, the banking centers. I mean, if you can save money by transacting in a stablecoin on a blockchain, and it's backed, and it has the reassurance that that it's one-to-one backed, and the U.S. government is saying, hey, this is how it works, and there's little to no risk at all by using the service. And in that format, it's a no-brainer, right? And the same analogy that we opened up with, hey, I'm trying to send money abroad. You know what? Banks have the same issues. They can save a lot of overhead by using a more efficient and faster system. And if there's no counterparty risk by using a network that is backed by the U.S. government, or at least that a system uses the framework put in by the U.S. government that mitigates risk, that's what's coming. So, anyways, where I'm getting at, stable coins, bro. Anything that touches stable coins in the next bull run, I think is I think it's going to see a ton of utility, a ton of use case. So some of the big projects, Algorand at the top of the list. I think do not discount Ethereum. Remember, Tether is its most used
USDC.
Yeah, so the most used network for Tether. Obviously, you can trade Tether on multiple networks, but it is Ethereum. That's the gold standard. That's where all their liquidity's at. And so Ethereum, Polygon, Algorand, Avalanche,
ADA,
Cardano. Well, Cardano, I would expect to get into the stablecoin game in the future.
They are.
No, I know they're. I know they're building.
They're doing a regular one, and they're doing an algorithmic one too.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that right now. You know what I mean? That has the infrastructure in. They have people testing it out. There are central banks. I think was it Swiss and England were doing some test nets between CBDCs. They were transferring money back and forth earlier this year as well. And so, think about that. You have two nation states testing out the
rails.
Yeah, the rails. So
let's take a look at what the rest of the market's doing, Rob.
Okay. So taking a look, we got Bitcoin coming in at as we mentioned. Let's see here, $16,827.89, and so we are right where we were for the last 7 days. Look at that.
It's like a stable.
So we were discussing this before the show. This is actually the least amount of volatility all time for Bitcoin. All time. Let that sink in. Think about it. For the last 12 years, we've never been in a position where, at least on the weekly time frame, that we've had this amount of low volatility. And what is the biggest harp on Bitcoin and crypto? People that the non-believers always say, "Oh, it's too volatile. It's too volatile. It's too volatile." Well, you know what? When you get out of when you zoom out of the main bull market and the fall from the bull market run, you know what? It's a pretty stable asset, right? And I think we're going to see more of this in the future. I think that you are going to get price stability. You are going to get the hodlers that aren't interested in panic selling and people that are just like, "Oh my God, I have to buy it now." I think people are treating Bitcoin almost like a 401k, where they're like, "Hey, I'm just going to buy some, lock it up for later. Maybe I'll buy some every month." In the same way that you get 401k removed from your paycheck and it goes to your retirement in the long term, that is pretty much the hodl mentality. Did you see my shirt?
Satoshi?
Yeah. You know where I got this?
Walmart.
Oh, or the Don Rocco gifted it to me for Christmas.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So thank you, Don.
Yeah, he gave me a shirt, but it was too small. He gave me a large. Rocco, I'm an extra large.
He gave me a 2XL.
He did double X. Damn.
Did he really?
Yeah.
He thinks you're fat.
My new 90.
Oh man. Speaking of all right, Rob, so we're on my laptop now. Speaking of volatility, so I really like using cryptorank.io. You can customize the layouts. So I got the volatility plotted on here. And outside of all the stable coins, everything above Pax dollars is a stable coin. You look at the top 3 least volatile assets at top 4, 2 of those are Bitcoin. One wrap Bitcoin, regular Bitcoin, then you have KuCoin token, and then Tron. Tron is the least volatile crypto asset outside of stable coins. Outside of Bitcoin, you have Nexo, Monero. ETH is sitting at 4.33. Now, to the contrary here, the most volatile is XCN, Trust Wallet. Of course, these are the tokens that kind of pumped over the last week and a half outside of Flow. Flow didn't really pump. Flow tanked. 27% Chili's and Toncoin and Algorand, 21.3%. So pretty interesting on that. What else you got?
I do got a couple of new people I want to give a little shout out to. Well, first of all, I do want to acknowledge Jessica. So Jessica's been in our chat lately. She seems to be one of our new regulars here every day. So I just want to say we appreciate you. And also we got Cindy, Meek Vision, Vino, Yovella, CT, to all of you. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
CT, like crypto Twitter?
Like crypto Twitter, yes. And then, yeah.
All right. You got anything on the?
Taking a look at the rest of the tokens out here. So we have Ethereum at $1,200. So kind of in the same zone. Not too much movement. As you can see, everything is pretty much close to zero. The only thing that's really been moving as of lately was I saw Litecoin was up earlier. Yeah, Litecoin up 5%. Terra Classic up. Now maybe I lost another zero earlier. I don't even know why that's around. And then taking a look at the crypto bubbles, you do have XRP up 5% as well. Quant up 3%. Big quant fans here. I saw somebody in the chat that said they were big fans of Avalanche. And then the Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 28. So we were in the 30s for a little bit. But I think people are a little uncertain on the direction of Bitcoin, maybe, or price of the market. I don't know. Do you think the bottom's in?
No.
Do you think we're far off? I mean, and when you say no, I mean,
in the crypto market, no, but in the traditional markets, yeah.
Okay. I mean, do you see the $10,000-$12,000 Bitcoin price being a legitimate chance, or do you think maybe we touch like 15 or 16?
I think there has to be another big event.
Yeah.
Another big event.
I'm in the camp, like, I don't think the bottom's in, but you know what I think the bottom will be? Probably like 15,000, 14,000. And so I don't think we're really that far off. I do think that you'll probably get some pullbacks. I mean, taking a look at the stock market, it's kind of flat. But if you think that the stock market's going to pull back, maybe we do see the $15,000-$14,000 Bitcoin.
You know, BlackRock just put out there, and Coin Bureau did a video on this. If you guys go check it out. But they just put out their roadmap for 2023, and they don't think the market's priced in a recession and everything that's happened in high inflation. And they really highlighted the labor market and how people are continuing to retire, the aging population, healthcare costs are going to go up, inflation is going to stay. They don't think we're ever going to see 2% inflation ever again. They're saying the Fed's going to have to move up that goalpost to 2.5%, 3.5%. So
someone in our comment section on our last
said you're high. I agree.
Yeah, they're like
next year you're crazy.
Yeah, next year you're crazy. Just going off of just a straight year to date, man. Year to date, I think the 9.1 in June. I think we'll be at or close to zero. And
crazy, dude. No way.
I like you.
I'm willing to make a bet on that.
Okay. So right now, instead, if you were not to take a, so what was the CPI? The last print?
7.1.
7.1. So if you were to take a 6-month CPI, right? So right now, CPI, we take a 12-month. So you're supposed to look year over year. If you were to take a 6-month instead of 12 months, you look at a 6-month, we'd be at -2.
They don't do that.
But it's what I'm saying. Like but what I'm saying is
if
that
I were to use a scale and set it at 10 pounds of start, I'd be
well then, so we've been falling negative off of the 9% pretty much every month. And right now, on a 6-month over 6-month, we're at -2. So you think it's impossible that in a 12-month over 12-month, we won't be at a close to zero? So you okay.
No. You crazy.
How am I crazy? If the 6-month is -2,
you're looking at two completely different things, bro.
It's literally the same metric, just on a different time horizon.
Well,
if you were to look at, you could take a 2-year, a 10-year. We do it all the time. We're like, oh, this is the lowest it's been in 40 years. So you know what? We're at a negative CPI over the last 6 months. And you don't think we can get to a 0 CPI over a 12-month?
No.
Do you think CPI will drop again next month? Just asking you a question. Do you think it'll drop next month? Do you think we'll be at 6 point something?
Probably.
Okay. So then you have 5 months left. Do you think we'll drop again in in 2 months from now?
It's not going to 0. It is not going to 0. I'm trying to find the historic inflation by year. Here we go. Look at all the times it's dropped to 0, Robin. Look at all the times inflation's dropped to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times in the last.
When was the last time? When is the last time it went to 0?
The last time it went to 0, one negative, was 1954.
There was another one there. Look at that.
This one was close, but it came in at 0.09, 2008.
2008.
So,
Right after, or right before the big crash, huh?
Yeah. So when you say 0, my friend, I don't know. No. I mean, not that I don't know. No. So, but I guess we're speculating here. So we'll see who's right. What do you guys think? You think Robin's crazy? Negative inflation in 2023? You think
I was just saying 0.
Okay,
I personally think I think there's a legitimate transfer to hit a negative print, but I think it's more likely that we're somewhere between 0 and 2%.
I don't think. Well, yeah, I agree with HPL. That never 0. Yeah, I kind of had to.
I think that there's too many outside factors for it to flip to negative. And now I still think it's on the table. I think it's a realistic possibility that we we hit a negative on a year to year. Right now on the 6 month we're in negative, but I think it's a realistic possibility that we get a negative print come June. But I think more likely than not, it'll come in somewhere between 0 and 2%. I think that's more likely. I think 0.75% CPI or something like that. I think, but I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
As my friend Nacho Libre would say, you crazy. All right, let's jump into some of the biggest news of today. So we're going to start with Bitcoin hash rate. So there was a massive cold front that just obliterated some parts of the U.S. It was like sub 30 degrees in Florida, right? I know Texas had a big storm coming in. I know Robin's son was supposed to fly back, but he couldn't, right? Because of all the storms around the country. And so what happened was Bitcoin hash rate dropped 40% as miners started unplugging, especially in Texas. The Bitcoin network hash rate has dropped by more than 38.8% from its peak on Wednesday, as many US-based miners have been forced to switch down or turn down their facilities due to deadly blizzards. The Bitcoin hash rate came in at 155.28 exahashes per second on Saturday, which was down from 253 on Wednesday. That is a big drop, man. That is a big drop. Bitcoin miner Riot Blockchain tweeted on Thursday that it was closing down its facility due to the extreme weather condition in Texas. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand, right? When miners plug into the power grid, into the network, they help stabilize it, especially during times like this, where they can just unplug. And that power can now go to people that need it for extra heating or whatever the case may be. Does any other company or whatever, do they have the ability to unplug from an entire power grid like the Bitcoin miners do? Probably not. And then just to follow up on this from Cointelegraph, this was today or 13 hours ago. Bitcoin hash rate recovers after big freeze shuts down the miners. That has returned to regular levels today after freezing temperatures across the U.S. put a strain on the electricity grid. Bitcoin miners in Texas voluntarily curtailed operations to give power back to the grid so that residents can keep their homes heated. As of December 26th, however, the hash rate did return to the 241.29 exahashes. Now, here's interesting. FutureBit founder John Stefanop, a couple things he said. He said, everyone's transactions are now being confirmed 30% slower because the hash rate is not decentralized enough. If hash rate was distributed evenly around the world by tens of millions of small miners instead of a few dozen massive mines, this event would not even have registered on the network. The U.S. accounts for 37.8% 4% of the average monthly hash rate, with top states including New York, Kentucky, Georgia, and Texas, which all experienced power outages. What are your thoughts on this statement here? If the hash rate was distributed evenly around the world by tens of millions of small miners, this wouldn't have even been an issue with the hash rate.
Well, that's one of my biggest criticisms of Bitcoin. And if you look at any organization, any project, any company, any country, any way of doing business, and you aren't open to change, I think that's gonna end up hurting you in the long run. And I think that people that are set in their ways that, hey, Bitcoin can never change, it'll never change no matter what, and it's proof of work the way it is, it's just not. It's not running as efficiently as it could. You could still keep all the security that is the Bitcoin network by having the proof of work, keeping it the same way. But if you could put in some kind of parameters into the Bitcoin code, this is something they could vote on. Now, would it ever happen? I don't think so. But anyways, where I'm getting at is the fact that 90% of the Bitcoin miners, or 10% of the Bitcoin miners validate 90% or earn 90% of the Bitcoin rewards, I think it's kind of concerning. And so I think that the more miners you have earning rewards, the more people that are plugged into the network, securing the network, I think is more beneficial for Bitcoin versus this arms race for hash power where, hey, I have more hash power than you. Okay, let me go take a loan out. I got more hash power than you. Then all of these smaller companies, all of these like little initiatives that people put in where, hey, we want to do this, this flare gas burning where we can mine Bitcoin. You're pricing these people out of the market. The incentive for them to mine is becoming smaller and smaller because of the likelihood of them mining Bitcoin is becoming smaller and smaller. And so I think I'm in the camp. Hey man, let's do something.
Here's the issue though, Robin.
To bring in the little guy, man.
Here's the issue though. For anything like that to happen, you're gonna have to get the miners.
You got to do a BIP. Yeah,
and they're not gonna. These miners that have the voting right, the voting power, they're not gonna sacrifice their own.
Only way you can change the Bitcoin network is with the BIP or a
Bitcoin improvement proposal.
Yeah, the proposal, and those have to be voted on by the miners.
And the last one they did was a year, I believe 2-3 years ago. Was it Taproot?
No, it was a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's
years
not.
Have changed some.
It's like a blue moon. Once every blue moon. Speaking of blue moon, do you like blue moon beer?
Yeah, I mean it's not bad.
Definitely
not my go-to.
A local Vegas brewery. It was Red Hydrant Ale by Big Dogs.
Have you been to their? Brewery? It's in Henderson.
Maybe we should go talk to them about crypto.
Yeah. I found an interesting discussion today. You want to check it out?
Yeah.
So, taking a look at this here, we got some George. So when it comes to making the case that Bitcoin qualifies as money, Bitcoiners will try anything, and means anything. That is, except consulting economist. Anyways, so stats are my money. No, I use Bitcoin as savings. Okay, but it's not money. I earn sats. Okay, but it's not money. I said, anyways, you get the guy with the weird hair emoji, and then here we go. We got we got Michael Saylor and Peter Schiff. You can't have a good Twitter thread on Bitcoin Maxis without these two guys in here. So Michael says economists are trapped in a monetary paradigm that has consistently failed for thousands of years. It is time to give the engineers a chance. Bitcoin is engineering money without the defects of every money that came before it. Then Peter Schiff says, you're trapped in a bubble. Gold hasn't consistently failed as money for thousands of years. It has consistently succeeded. It's governments and paper money that have failed, not gold. In contrast, Bitcoin has yet succeed as money and never will.
You are comparing, hold on. Peter Schiff is comparing a 2,000-year-old asset to a 12-year-old asset. Think about that for a second. Bitcoin has yet to succeed as money.
Okay, let me ask you something. When's the last time you bought something with gold? Like, when have you walked into the mall? Was like, how many gold shekels can I give you for this jacket? Like it's not gonna happen.
You know, when you if you guys just think about what Bitcoin does, okay? I know people call it clunky, they say it takes some, but think about what it does. How it was created, the ability to move and facilitate billions of dollars without a single intermediary, without a single centralized player, without a single person in the middle. Not only that, but the protocol itself automatically adjusts when it goes a certain way and when it goes a certain way. Guys, I mean, this, like the technology alone, when someone says, what is Bitcoin backed by? What do you guys say? Bitcoin's backed by nothing. I know a lot of people, what I used to say was, well, what's fiat backed by? What are dollars backed by? Bitcoin is backed by freaking technology that we've never seen before, that is going to literally change the landscape of the world and the monetary system as we know it. That's what Bitcoin is backed by. So if you believe in the technology, right? It's Robin, it's like you can't have the car and the doors and the windows without the engine. Something's got to power it. And the Bitcoin, the actual coin, that is what powers the technology, which is the car in its entirety, which is the frame. So you can't have one without the other. You can't have technology without Bitcoin.
Okay, I ask you, here's a little thought experiment. If you wanted to move $2 million worth of gold, how the hell would you do it? How much would it cost you? Would you go through third parties? Like, would you buy physical gold? Or are you talking paper? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a valid question, huh?
Yeah, man. How would you transfer $2 million in Bitcoin? What's your wallet address?
Yeah.
Type it in, send. Boom. That's it.
It's just, honestly,
that's it.
Some of these people, look, I think people like Peter Schiff, they made a lot of money. They've been so successful in their lane. And if you don't really take the time to understand and appreciate what Bitcoin can do, and if you're not open-minded, I can see why someone like him would say something like that. But if you actually sit down, you take bias away from it, you look at it from a subjective standpoint.
You know, I actually messaged Peter Schiff today.
Yeah.
I asked him if he would like to join us. So we'll see.
I just like what is it going to take for someone like Peter Schiff to be like, okay, this technology is dope. The price of Bitcoin is too volatile for me. I get it, but the technology, it's going to change things.
I mean, here's the thing: like,
he hasn't even gone down.
There is value in gold. It is.
I don't know why it's one against the other, though.
Yeah,
You can have gold and Bitcoin, guys. You can have a diversified portfolio. It's totally fine.
Here's the thing: like, why aren't you bashing other commodities? Why aren't you bashing oil? Like, why aren't you bashing natural gas? Why aren't you? Oh, what about pork belly? Like, I don't know. Like,
pork belly?
It is actually a commodity. It's traded on the New York Stock Exchange.
Huh. You're being serious?
Yes.
I'm YOLOing into pork bellies.
If you like pork belly, put a 1 in the chat.
Let's see here.
You don't know what pork belly is? It is the stomach of a pork.
Pork belly commodity.
All right, while Robin's doing that, let's move on.
Oh, here it is. So it is actually trading at $2 to $6 per pound. Yeah. They have a futures price chart here on pork bellies, in case you're wondering.
Wow. We bring you the alpha. We bring you the alpha, guys.
I'm just saying, it's a commodity run by the CFTC. Why isn't Bitcoin a commodity yet run by the CFTC? What, if we could trade pork bellies on the New York Stock Exchange, why can we not trade Bitcoin? Why the hell is there not a Bitcoin ETF?
Let me make a phone call.
Maybe it's because pork bellies are easily manipulated. You scratch them on the belly.
Yeah. Highlight that comment, Kyler.
Which one?
Cash Cats. Said, he or she said, I used to hate crypto by being ignorant. I stacked gold for years. It was another stacker that helped open my eyes. Man, we're human beings. We evolve, right? The same thing when we have opinions about stuff on the show.
I like gold.
But the point I'm trying to make is,
but I also like other stuff.
Here's someone that was set in his ways that on the surface level was like, no, I don't like crypto. And then once he sat down and it's ignorance, and we're all ignorant to something, right? But but it's up to you to choose to stay ignorant. You can either stay ignorant or you can learn. If you sit there and I'm Peter Schiff and I get a crash course on the technology and what it can do, the pros and cons, after that, if I still decide that, okay, no, it's not for me, fine. But has he done that? Probably not. I am a he. Yes. Okay. All right. Speaking of Bitcoin, the accumulation addresses are nearing record 800,000 despite whales selling. We talk about this all the time. Whales are dumping, but guess what? Retail is coming in and scooping them up little by little. We are almost at 1 million wallets that contain at least one Bitcoin. We call those whole coiners. This is what is going to stabilize the price of Bitcoin, you guys, is a good balance between retail and institutions, large money, small money, whales, and shrimps. Bitcoin accumulation is nearing new milestones this Christmas as a redistribution of the supply continues. Bitcoin accumulation addresses are more numerous than ever before, while the Bitcoin ballast they contain is almost at a record high. Accumulation addresses are defined as addresses that have at least 2 incoming non-dust transfers, which means they're not done to, manipulate something or, whatever, and have never spent funds. Glassnode adds that exchange wallets and those belonging to miners are excluded, alongside addresses that are last active more than 7 years ago because they consider those funds to be lost. Accumulation addresses contain a total of almost 3.1 million Bitcoin, not dollars, Bitcoin, and there were a total of 793,000 qualifying addresses. So retail is scooping up the money, Robin.
I think a lot of it also comes with the exodus of keeping your crypto on exchanges. I think the fear of that, and you have just people. Yeah, I mean, also you have the larger whales mitigating risk and diversifying their holdings into several wallets for the potential of theft or the loss of a seed phrase, for example. If you have, I would hope if you have over $1 million worth of Bitcoin, you don't have it all sitting on one wallet. That's just not a
good look.
Yeah, not a good look, man. Spread that thing out. Go put it on 3 or 4 wallets, and then spread those wallets out. No point in having and if you have, let me say something. If you have 4 crypto wallets and you have your seed phrase all written down on one sheet of paper, there's no point in having 4. I'm just letting you know that right now. Like, don't do that. Thank you.
Thank you for that public service announcement, Rob.
No, I that's what I used to do when I first got into crypto. I'm just saying it from personal experience. I had one sheet of paper, and it was like, Coinbase wallet, MetaMask wallet, and it had all the seed phrases for all of them right there. And I'm just like, I moved away from all those wallets, but it's funny. I found that piece of paper the other day, and I was like, what was I thinking?
What were you thinking? No one knows. Were you thinking? Who knows? Let's move on to some Solana news. Top Solana NFT projects, dGods and Utes, announced departure will migrate to new blockchains. Expected to be effective early next year, and said blockchains include Ethereum and Polygon. Solana sentiment in the NFT community has been waning for many months. dGods and Utes creator Frank has long teased moving to new chains. Polygon secures yet another NFT win here. The chain will be approaching Utes with open arms, adding the community-first NFT collection to an ever-growing list of more, quote, corporate partners and hosts, including Reddit, Starbucks, and yes, even Donald Trump's recent NFT collection. This is Frank dGods, who's the founder of both projects, said Nike, Adidas, Starbucks, lists off all these big companies, and said, I think that the Utes brand just got stronger, but let's see. According to NFT collection data from CryptoSlam, both dGods and Utes have been in top 20 volumes over the last each top 20 volumes over each time metric, not including the 24 hours, 7 day, 30 days. So speaking of CryptoSlam, here's a website. Here's Solana NFTs. You can see here, let's just start in August. We went from 71 million in sales up to 129, down to 67, 70, and 52. But this is the part that I'm a little worried about, unique buyers. We went from 102,000 last month to 44,000 unique buyers, although the average price has remained kind of up near that $90 level, going from $91 to $83 from November to December. Transactions, of course, are down from 1.1 million in October to 634,000 in December, and the unique sellers are down as well. And so, if you're Solana, if you're Anatoly Yakovenko,
you know what's interesting though. if you look there, you're getting more in the last 3 or 4 months. Scroll down. You're getting David.
Yeah.
Scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
In the last 3 or 4 months, you're getting more sellers than you are buyers, and that's something that's ramping up. So instead of I feel like people are leaving the network because you're seeing the numbers drop down.
Well, that flipped back in September.
That's what I'm saying. That you're seeing less buyers each month, and then on the seller side, you're seeing more sellers, less buyers. So I feel like people are selling and not coming back into Solana. And
these, like the article mentioned, man, these two projects
That's big,
outside of like OK Bears and there's another big one on Solana. I forget. But
is Solana done as the number 2 for NFTs?
I mean, I don't know. What do you guys do?
I know Cardano's making waves. XRP starting to have NFTs. You also have Avalanche.
I want to here. So here's the where did the chains go?
I don't know, man. I think that the exodus of the Solana network, everyone fleeing for the hills, I think is I don't know if it's gonna come back, man. At least not in the NFT sector. The dominance that Solana had in the NFT sector, I do not think it's gonna come back. I don't think Solana's ever going to be at the height it was for NFT dominance moving forward. I think that the competition in the outside of Ethereum is going to surpass that of Solana. And then I think the widening gap between Ethereum and everything else is going to do exactly that and widen even more.
Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this. Out of the top 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them are Ethereum, and the other 2 are Solana that are moving to Ethereum. DGod's number 2 is over the last 24 hours, and Ute is at number 6.
Do you think there's any potential for kind of a mess up when they move over?
That I don't know.
That's all speculative, but I'm just saying it's got to be somewhat complex, right? There's got to be some kind of a risk that you're taking on there, right?
Like I said, bro, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna get a wrapped version on Ethereum.
If basically, so where I'm getting at is that if I was holding one of these NFTs, I would do a little bit more research, see if there is any risk that you're undertaking with the switch, or if it's really nothing at all. I don't know. But I'm just thinking, if I was holding one of those NFTs, if I had some of my portfolio tied up into those projects and they're switching from one chain to another, what does that look like as far as potential for risk? So
I'm gonna keep an eye on. Some people are saying Solana's done. Kevin Cortez said Solana is still the best network out of all of them. Unfortunately, it's fast and cheap.
You can't deny it. It's fast and cheap, and you know what?
Is it reliable enough?
It's just the uptime, man. You can't run. You can't have the Visa network can't go down. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't have every check card in the world not work because so many users are there. You can say, hey, Visa's so fast, whatever, but it's reliable. You know it's going to work. I know if I go to the gas station and I swipe my card, I have no cash on me, and I know it's going to work. You need that same sense of security when it comes from your layer 1 blockchains, right? Because these are businesses that are run on top of it, right? We're dependent on it. Other dApps are dependent on it.
Imagine if you're imagine if you're Nike or you're Kanye West. We love him or hate him. The guy's polarizing. Let's say he launches an NFT project, and it's got so much hype, and he chooses Solana. And imagine that thing goes down,
but if for example, I know the Solana devs have mentioned a upgrade or a proposal coming out that is supposed to address the issues. They're not supposed to have any more downtime at all. And if they were,
we'll see.
If they were to resolve that, and let's just say the network never goes down again, then if that's the case, then I mean, what a powerful network. I mean, they had so much money put into it, so many big projects.
But their biggest backer is no longer in the game anymore.
Yeah. They definitely got an uphill battle to climb.
I have a few questions, okay? Before I can say if Solana comes back, it might be the best investment going into the next bull market.
I think so.
But ask yourself, what would, if FTX and Alameda weren't propping up Solana and manipulating the markets, where would a Solana have gone really, right? It came out just out the gates, just blew through every single, got up to $250. What would that number have been if Alameda and Sam Bankman-Fried weren't pumping up the price and manipulating the markets to bring Solana up to pump their bags? What would it look like if there's no downtime? What would it look like if downtimes continue? If Solana can continue and they can get better and their network can get stronger and they can restore faith in their network from people, $12, $13 Solana, man. Decent tokenomics.
$11 right now.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not buying it. It's too risky for me. Too many
many question marks. But
and in my opinion, there's so many other projects right now that, like, Cardano is one of them. Polygon's another one that I'd rather put my money in right now.
They just don't have any blemish track record. Either one of those.
I just trust.
As far as outages, hacks, Polygon hasn't had any major hacks or draining of funds or loss of people's tokens, and so hey, I just go off a straight track record, man. Why is Bitcoin as valuable as it is? Why is Bitcoin at the top of the list? You know why? I've never been compromised. It's trusted,
and they're also the most decentralized.
You know what I'm saying? It's never been compromised. Never been hacked. Where if I gave you $1 million to go and lock it up for your future, say, here's $1 million, man. My gift to you for your retirement. You're not going to retire for 20 years, so go put it somewhere. You gonna put it in a bank, or you gonna put it in Bitcoin? You're gonna put a savings account. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put it in an altcoin, right? Me personally, I'm just gonna put it in Bitcoin. Why? Because I trust it, because it has stood the test of time. 13 years now, going on 14. It is not wavered. Hasn't been attacked, hasn't went down. And so I feel comfortable because of the longevity, security, that it ain't going nowhere. Can't say the same thing about all these other projects. And as time goes on, and as projects don't go under or have any hacks or vulnerabilities, it becomes more and more valuable. It becomes more and more tested, and becomes more and more evident that it can stand the test of time.
Battle hardened.
Yeah.
Either way, these two projects leaving Solana is not a good look. We'll see. But obviously, ETH's dominance in the NFT space will continue to grow, especially with these two leaving. All right, let's give you an update on Sam. Not Sam, more his ex-girlfriend, Caroline Ellison. She admits to using FTX customer deposits to repay loans on risky investments. So she's just pouring out her heart. She says a trading firm, which Alameda Research, made short-term and open-term loans worth billions of dollars to pay for its venture investments. The next three I'm going to read are direct quotes from what Caroline said. While I was co-CEO and then CEO, I understood that Alameda had made numerous large, illiquid venture investments and had lent money to Mr. Bankman-Fried and other FTX executives. I understood that FTX would need to use customer funds to finance its loans to Alameda. Most FTX customers did not expect that FTX would lend their digital asset holdings and fiat to Alameda in this fashion. She says, I also understood that if Alameda's FTX accounts had significant balances in a particular currency, it meant that Alameda was borrowing funds that FTX customers had deposited on the exchange. So, I mean, she's talking. Gary Wang is probably talking. I don't know.
It's funny because Sam Bankman-Fried literally on interviews was like, yeah, we would get wire transfers directly to Alameda that were supposed to go to FTX. So it blows my mind that not only were they commingling funds, but your funds didn't even go to the exchange. Let that sink in. You deposited via ACH, the wire transfer in the early days of FTX. And instead of it going to the exchange, it literally just went straight to Alameda. And then they would credit you on the exchange. Like they were like, you know what? Let's just save a whole step. Because this whole like you depositing on FTX and then us sending it to Alameda, why don't we make this a little bit more efficient and save us some overhead and just send it straight to Alameda? Like the fraud was built from the ground up. And that's why when this guy goes out here in his little interview tirade, this guy's over here talking about like, yeah, we didn't know, I didn't know this was going on. I was clueless to that. I messed up. Like, no, you literally built fraud from the ground up. It was in the blueprint. It was the first brick you laid down.
Weren't you saying that Sam just got carried away? Now you're saying, so you're backtracking on your earlier statements.
Carried away? What do you mean?
You have gone out, you have come on the show. Well, you're on the show. You've said on the show.
I'm here right now.
You've said on the show, Robin, that Sam started off, he was killing it in the arbitrage game. He got carried away. And then he started using
his arbitrage.
Funds.
His arbitrage.
Now you're
game.
saying it was from the ground up, FTX was built as essentially a funnel to Alameda.
Yeah, but at some point, I think he tried to run a legitimate business. And I think
you can't say both things, bro. You can't say
no. But you can.
You say it was fraud from the beginning.
You can. Okay, here's an example. How did Vegas get built? Like, hey, some people came in with fraud money, and these gangsters came in. Mob came in.
Don't
they
talk
built
about
Vegas.
Rocco's family
now
like
they
that.
might have had fraud from the get go, but they ended up building some real businesses. And they you know what I mean? I think that Sam Bankman-Fried was like, hey, I'll leverage the start of this. By growing our business through the ways of fraud, and maybe at some point, we'll be the largest exchange, and everything will be great, and I could pay off all of our debts by stealing more money. Like I think the dude was delusional, but the initial startup of FTX was built on deception and fraud, and I think he just thought that he could just keep building it, So we got a couple little things from the chat here, real quick. Let's see here. We got Huffy. Did you ever have a Huffy bicycle?
I did.
Yeah, that was my first. That was one of my first bikes I got from Santa. I got a Huffy bicycle, and then when it got stolen.
Speaking of Santa, bro.
So then hear me out. When my Huffy bicycle got stolen, I cried and I told my dad. My dad got mad at me. He was like, you know how much you paid for that bike? I was like, you didn't pay for that bike, Dad. Santa got it for me. He was like, I bought it. I was like, no, Santa did. And that's when I found out Santa was
And then he
real.
slapped you across the
So
head.
anyways, then we also got Sci Flyer, Mike Mene, Dan E, Evil Mist, Kevin C, Joe Carpenter, not to be confused with Joe the Plumber. And to all of you, hola, welcome, Sin City Crypto. Also, Cliff S. Smith, and also we got Magic Internet Money in here as well. And then we got somebody new. You want to?
Who are you, Sistine Research?
Sistine Research.
Sistine Research. I think I know who you are, but feel free, let everyone know in the chat who this is. Either way, thank you for joining us. Speaking of Santa Claus, just real quick, guys. I was getting some bad vibe from Santa this year, bro. This dude came in here, took a bite of the cookie, and left a note and said, these cookies suck. So I don't know, bro. Santa was on one this year. I wasn't very happy. Was your Santa Claus nice?
My Santa Claus? Do we have different Santa Clauses? Like, is there David Santa Claus?
Yeah.
The Big Rob Santa Claus?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Santa was very nice. Yes.
All right.
Question before we move off of the Christmas and Santa stuff.
Yeah.
What's your go-to Christmas movie, man? You got pick one. You can only watch one
Home
Christmas
Alone,
movie.
bro.
Home Alone?
Home Alone, man. I love that movie. I could watch that movie 15 times.
More than the Christmas Story?
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Grinch Stole Christmas?
That's a good one.
shoot your eye out.
Yeah.
The Christmas Story, man. It's or Elf, man.
Elf, with Will Ferrell. That was a good movie. I like Bad Santa. Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, but it's definitely not on
I know,
the.
I'm
It's a
kidding.
good one, but it I don't know. Chat. What is your? If you got one Christmas movie, man, put it in the chat. Which one did you watch? What is your favorite absolute goat of Christmas movies? Which one is it? The goat. of Christmas movies.
Let us know. Also,
So you're gonna go with Home Alone?
what's up?
You're going with Home Alone? That's your
Home
final
Alone,
answer?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
What
go-
was better? Though?
I'm gonna
One
go
or-
with Christmas
Which
Story.
one was better,
man.
1 or 2? I kind of like 1.
Oh, you
One.
gotta go with 1, man.
Yeah.
2 with the crazy
2 is
pigeon
really
lady?
good too,
No,
yeah.
man.
They're good. Oh, by the way, guys, so Sistine Research is our man Forrest. He is rebranding from Crypto Stackers to Sistine Research. So if you're not familiar with Forrest, go follow him, and also come back on Friday. We'll have him on the show.
We got National Lampoons. Yeah, I watched that last night.
good?
The
Die Hard.
the
Okay, is
Christmas
Die Hard a
Vacation.
Christmas movie? Bruce Willis has said it's not a Christmas movie.
I don't think he gets to make that.
It's his movie.
It's not his movie.
It's his movie.
It's not
He's
his
a
decision.
starring actor.
Yeah, he just plays a role.
How is it a Christmas movie? It's about
It is a Christmas
car
movie.
crashes and stuff. Also, Mike Mean said, let me know if you guys need me to quit my job as a casino executive in Vegas, come work for you guys. Hey, man, if you're willing to work and not get paid, hell yeah, brother. Quit your job. Come over. Just kidding. That's pretty cool. Mike, which casino do you work at? Also, if you ever want to come by the studio, let us know. All right, let's move on. So this is pretty interesting. This is from Cumberland. A year in review, emerging narratives for 2023 in Bitcoin. So there's 4 narratives they highlight. The first one is Bitcoin and ETH as a reserve asset and or a global payment medium, and the winners being Bitcoin and Ethereum. Just talks about given the confiscation of the Russian reserve assets, he thinks people are going to start, even central banks, smaller ones, are going to start moving some of their funds into Bitcoin and ETH instead of just U.S. treasuries. We've seen the movement with, we've seen it with BRICS, right? The whole Russia and India doing their own little reserve currency. They're trying to get Saudi Arabia off the petrodollar. And part of what's going to back this currency is commodities, and also some of that is going to be Bitcoin. And so they're saying one of these, this will be a changing narrative 2023. Another one, NFTs meet intellectual property. Winners, Matic, Lux, and Exmon. Going forward, we believe NFTs will expand beyond just art and become a go-to method for tokenizing intellectual property. The opportunity here is significant. There is around $80 trillion of intangible assets on corporate balance sheets at this point. Interesting point there. NFTs can also be used as part of a loyalty scheme. If crypto payments are used, for example, a customer could buy a coffee with USDC through a mobile-based crypto wallet containing their NFT to automatically collect points or discounts. The third one, Web3 begins to hit its stride. Winner, BTRST, and I haven't heard that one, Helium, RNRD, and Solana. After 7 years and several attempts, we haven't yet seen meaningful traction across projects targeting real-world utility for blockchain technology. We are beginning to see a number of genuinely useful real-world platforms emerge, many of which are on Solana. And it goes through some examples: Brain Trust, Helium, Render, Hivemapper, and Teleport. Material traction is probably 12 plus months out, with serious user adoption probably 2 to 5 years away. And the final is gaming, with them crowning the winners as Polygon, IMX, Flow, and Engine. There are approximately 3 billion gamers in the world. If you're a gamer, put a 1 in the chat, of which around 200 million are serious. The most obvious application is for gaming studios to mint NFTs with a crypto-native partner like Engine and then sell them to the game to their players. It takes around 2 to 3 years to build a AAA game, which at least partially explains why we have yet to see a Web3 game that becomes a star. What stands out the most out of this year in review, emerging narratives for 2023, Rob?
What were the options again?
So you have Bitcoin and
You covered
ETH.
a bunch of different
Bitcoin,
things.
yeah. Bitcoin and ETH as a reserve asset, especially for central banks.
Mhm.
You have NFTs expanding from just pictures to intellectual property. Companies storing their intellectual property via NFTs.
I'm definitely in the NFTs.
Web3 and gaming.
Yeah, so I think NFTs expanding from just JPEGs. I think it's going to expand outside of. I think the biggest growth for NFTs is going to be outside of an artistic viewpoint. So even outside of both art, music, videos, I think going outside that box, I think NFTs as a immutable source for information that can be stored on the blockchain in the form of contracts. So I think we're going to see a lot of strides in, hey, let's keep this contract from the real world on the blockchain instead of keeping it through an intermediary. Your car loan, your home, your house. Now, car loan and house probably won't pop off this year. Obviously, I think that's a little too bullish, but I do think the NFTs outside of just the JPEGs are gonna explode. The possibilities for NFTs are
what
crazy.
NFTs can do, guys. I don't even think we've even scratched the surface, bro.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think so. NFTs, I'm telling you, man, outside of just JPEGs, NFTs can do some damage here.
Yeah, and NFTs in gaming as well. Just to provide ownership. Also, you have the NFTs that are going to validate collectibles. So you're seeing that in collectible watches and Rolexes and things like
that. Guys, I honestly think, okay, this is going to sound crazy. I think NFTs can completely eradicate the counterfeit market in almost every single market out there.
Yeah,
shoes, tickets, anything. It could completely eradicate it.
This is all you literally have to do is just put a QR code on a product that has a blockchain address to it. That's it. You can follow it along everywhere it goes. That's literally it.
And so when you think about making an investment, what are the platforms, right? That not just don't look at profile pictures, but the ones that are building NFT infrastructure or that have NFTs that go outside of just
imagine it, like even on like your Pokemon cards, your trading cards, your baseball cards. If they just put a small little QR code on the bottom right hand side, and then you could literally scan it and be like, this is number 10,460 out of 20,000 of this player's card that was printed. And then you could in real time see, where are they at, how many were printed, you open up your pack of cards, you're like, oh, hey, I got this Charizard, for example, out of your Pokemon. How many Charizard? They only printed 50 of them.
I love Charizard.
And, you love Charizard?
I love Charizard. He was my favorite. Charizard and Venusaur.
Stop.
Anyways, there was someone, Frank Codespati, said, thanks for the content, guys. Just came across your channel. Frank, thank you so much for joining the sinner community. You're officially a sinner.
And then
bless you.
Also a couple other new people as well. So Frank, thank you. We appreciate you. But we also got Crunk C. Says he's new here. I feel like I've seen you in here before.
I feel like I've seen you before,
every chat he says I'm new here. Crunk C, we'll continue to give you love, my friend. It's all good.
But hey,
he just wants the shout out, bro.
And then we got Andre, Armand, Scott Berry, and Joshua. Evilist. Oh yeah, I already said evil earlier. Anyways, to you. Hola! Welcome, Sin City Crypto. And McCraig as well.
McRibs. I like McRibs. All right. That'll do it for today, guys. Go check out our social media. All the links are in the description of this video. Also, we're very active on Sin City Crypto. Or Sin City.
What?
We're very active on Twitter. Sorry.
Sin City We're very active. We don't
Crypto.
Just sit on the couch. Apparently, we do get up. Sin City Crypto.
I believe Rocco said this goes on to the end of the year. I have been saying Christmas, so you got just a few more days to get your 10% off. If you're a Whale member, you do get 15% off. Also, if you're a member of this channel and you support us, thank you guys so much. I believe Kyler's working on a very special year-end review video for you guys.
Before we sign off, we're at 99 likes. Can we get one more
likes, but I just need one more.
Can we get one like button here? Who didn't like the video? There we go. There it is. 100. Hey, we're gonna end the show. We're gonna end the show.
Before we end the show, we're gonna end on my boy Fernando Sicko. He said, "Love the show, guys. Started to wake up at 5:30 Australia time to watch the show. To you, my friend, thank you. We love you. We do it for people like you, and we appreciate you sacrificing your sleep to watch us at Sin City Crypto." With that being said, Kyler, fingers, friends and family. We thank you guys so much for joining us on this beautiful Monday after Christmas and just before New Year's Eve. On behalf of myself, Big Rob, and Kyler, love you guys. See you tomorrow, same time.
Digital Orgy said that last like was him. Why did you wait until the last minute of the show?
Why'd you wait? OMG. N-E-G. All right. Have a good day, guys. Take care. Dave Digital, you watch your dirty mouth. The finger tornado does not suck. All right? Kick you off.